7 plants to prune in August. Tips from a professional gardener. August often brings a unique atmosphere to the garden, a moment when growth slows, and nature seems to catch its breath amid the lingering warmth. This subtle shift signals a perfect opportunity for gardeners like myself to engage in careful pruning, not the heavy-duty cuts of winter or spring, but gentle trimming that encourages healthy form and vibrancy into the cooler months. But here's where it gets controversial. Many gardeners overlook the importance of this summer pruning phase, unintentionally letting plants become overgrown or unruly before the season's turn. Could skipping August pruning actually harm your garden's long-term appearance and health? Let's explore why this month matters. I've had the privilege of pruning in a variety of gardens, from sun-kissed courtyards in Tuscany where wisteria tangled wildly overhead, to the manicured box hedges of South Wales, shaped with precision stencils, and the scratch-filled experience of training hawthorn hedges in London's unpredictable weather. These environments varied widely, from formal layouts demanding sharp edges to untamed free-flowing spaces. But across them all, August has always called for a softer touch with the pruning shears and loppers. Whether you're managing rampant climbers or leggy herbs struggling through the summer heat, this moment is ideal for a careful, measured shaping. To help you stay on track, here are 7 plants I consistently trim in August to keep my garden neat, healthy, and looking spectacular. Before diving into the pruning, it's crucial to note there are some plants you should avoid trimming during summer. For example, rhododendrons and camellias prepare next year's flower buds around now, so cutting them back too soon risks sacrificing a beautiful spring display, a common but costly mistake. On the flip side, many other shrubs and trees truly benefit from a summer snip to maintain their vigor and neat silhouette. Just keep in mind the weather. August tends to be hot and dry in many areas, so pruning on scorching days, especially above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius, can stress your plants severely. My advice, wait for a cool morning or a cloudy afternoon, which gives both you and your plants a break. So let's get started with the 7 plants that earn my secateurs' attention every August. 1. Buxus. Boxwood is a topiary favorite, ranging from tidy spheres to whimsical cloud-like shapes. I often recommend trimming boxwood twice yearly, once in late spring to cut back vigorous growth, and again now in August to tidy up and keep its crisp lines intact. This late summer pruning helps the plant look polished right through fall and prevents it from becoming ragged. Young plants might need a slightly stronger trim to set their shape early on, while mature boxwoods usually benefit from a gentle touch, just enough to sharpen their silhouette. Be wary of pruning any later than August. New soft shoots left too late risk frost damage in early autumn. Pro tip for consistent topiary. Using a cordless hedge trimmer can make your work smoother and faster. Brands like Ryobi offer lightweight options praised by gardeners. 2. Thyme. This aromatic herb, especially creeping thyme, is a garden gem often found spilling through path cracks or edging borders. I once saw thyme drenched in bees' hum in an Italian garden. It's a sensory delight. But thyme left unattended can become woody and sparse inside, losing its vibrant lushness. A light cutback after blooming finishes in August encourages compact, bushy growth and maintains both health and appearance. Avoid cutting into bare wood, as thyme won't regenerate from old stems, and pick a cool, calm day to prevent heat stress, ideal for gardeners in warmer USDA Zone 9 or similar. Using sharp, reliable pruners, like the Felco F2 model, helps you snip cleanly without damaging the plant. 3. Climbing hydrangea. Picture a climbing hydrangea sprawling over a whole house wall up to the chimney. Stunning but demanding when it comes to pruning. This evergreen climber, among the best for adding year-round interest, needs careful annual maintenance. Once the white flowers have browned after flowering, August is your chance to trim back and tidy the shape, promoting fresh shoots lower down. This yearly trim prevents the vine becoming too woody and heavy, which could risk damage during winter storms. If you're facing tall vines, a good telescopic ladder can make pruning safer and easier. 4. Bottlebrush, callistemon. Bottlebrush shrubs don't just bring a splash of bright color, but are tough survivors that thrive even in dry, hot conditions. Perfect for gardeners wanting low-maintenance beauty. By August, bottlebrushes finish flowering, making this an excellent time to prune back. A proper cut keeps the shrub compact, encourages healthy new growth, and preps it for winter. Thicker branches can be trimmed with strong loppers, like those from Fiskars, designed to handle tougher stems without straining your hands. 5. Japanese holly, Ilex crenata. Japanese hollies are elegant evergreens, frequently shaped into topiaries like cones and domes. By late summer, even a few inches of unchecked growth can make your carefully sculpted plants look untidy. I recommend finishing your pruning at least 2 months before your region's typical first frost to let the plant heal and harden off. In colder zones, that means tackling this chore early in August. Using precision loppers, Japanese crafted ones are especially reliable, can help achieve clean, even cuts. Also, remember hollies can irritate skin and are toxic if ingested, so always wear gloves during pruning. 6. Wisteria. Wisteria is a magnificent climber, but notoriously aggressive if neglected. Summer vacations often reveal a jungle of new wiry growth that needs taming. Some species, like the Chinese wisteria, are invasive in many states due to their rapid expansion, raising ethical questions about what to plant and where. Have you considered native or non-invasive alternatives like the American blue moon wisteria? Gardening professionals typically prune wisteria twice a year. Heavy pruning in winter to shape and control size, and a lighter, selective trim in August to thin out and shorten this season's shoots. Cutting long shoots back to 5 or 6 leaves encourages flower bud formation for next year. Long, unreachable tendrils can be managed with extendable pruners, sparing you the danger of overreaching or ladder mishaps. 7. Lavender. Lavender is a treasured aromatic shrub, but if left unpruned through summer, it can become woody, scraggly, and less productive. Trimming in August keeps lavender dense and lively without cutting into the old woody stems, which do not regenerate. Think of it as a little tough love that pays off with abundant blooms and strong fragrance in future seasons. For fresh additions to your patio or garden pots, French lavender varieties are. Expert tip: prune wisteria for beautiful blooms. One simple rule: imagine transforming your garden into a serene oasis with a single pruning trick. Wisteria, known for its breathtaking cascades of purple flowers, demands a bit of TLC, especially when it comes to pruning. One gardening expert has unveiled a golden rule that ensures this climbing beauty blooms to its full potential. Wisteria, a staple in cottage gardens, is celebrated for its vigorous and expansive root system. These roots can delve deep and spread wide, sometimes even seeking out cracks in foundations, which can lead to structural damage if not managed. Pruning, therefore, is essential not just to control the plant's growth, but also to enhance its flowering prowess. Most garden enthusiasts know that August is the prime time to trim wisteria, when the flowers are in full glory. However, many make the mistake of cutting back too much, which can result in fewer blooms the following year. According to Tom Hilton, an indoor gardening expert at National Greenhouse, there's a simple solution to avoid this pitfall. After your wisteria starts to flower, usually in July or August, it's the perfect time to grab your pruning shears and head outside, Tom advises. He emphasizes that the optimal length for pruning is 5 buds. Pruning to about 5 buds is ideal because it allows the plant to continue growing while promoting flower production instead of unchecked vegetative growth. It also helps keep the plant neat and tidy, enhancing its appearance in your garden. But here's where it gets interesting. Pruning wisteria isn't just about fostering new growth. It plays a crucial role in shaping the plant's structure. Annalise Brilli, from the horticultural team at Thompson & Morgan, explains. Without regular pruning, Wisteria can turn into a massive, tangled vine with long, leafy stems. Pruning helps control this vigorous growth, directing it into a sturdy, woody framework covered in short side shoots packed with flower buds. However, Annalise warns against being too rigid with the 5-bud rule. For shorter, less vigorous shoots, measuring roughly 20 centimeters might be a more practical approach. These shoots tend to become woody on their own and produce plenty of flower buds, and this is the part most people miss. The timing of your pruning is just as important as the technique. Tom recommends waiting until the height of the blooming season, typically August, to start pruning. August marks the end of the flowering period and a natural pause in the growth cycle. Pruning at this time gives the plant a chance to refresh and prepare for the next growth phase. It also allows you to guide new bud growth in the direction you want, preventing the plant from overwhelming your garden or home exterior. So the next time you're tempted to prune your wisteria, remember the magic number, 5 buds. Follow this rule and you'll be rewarded with a stunning display of flowers year after year. But what do you think? Have you tried this method, or do you have a different approach? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Must-do summer pruning tips to save your garden from future problems. Attention all green thumbs. If you want to avoid a gardening disaster, there's one essential task you mustn't overlook this week. Imagine this. Your once thriving garden, now a tangled mess with fewer blooms and overgrown plants. That's the reality you might face if you neglect summer pruning. But here's where it gets controversial. Some gardeners argue that pruning can be too harsh, stunting growth. We'll explore both sides and help you find the right balance. Let's dive into the specifics. According to the Royal Horticultural Society, RHS, timely pruning, especially in late summer, is crucial for plant health and flowering success. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about ensuring your garden thrives next season. 3 plants that benefit greatly from your attention this week are wisteria, lavender, and rambling roses. Each requires a different approach, but the results are worth it. Wisteria, with its stunning purple blooms, needs to be pruned twice a year. By early August, cut back the current season's long, whippy shoots to about 5 or 6 leaves. This promotes light penetration and air circulation, setting the stage for next year's flower buds. Lavender, a favorite for its fragrance and beauty, demands your care now. Michael, a gardening expert on TikTok, advises against cutting into old wood, but suggests this is the perfect time to shape and tidy up the plant. It will grow a bit more before winter, providing protection, and come spring, it'll be ready to dazzle with its blooms. Rambling roses, known for their sprawling nature, should be pruned after flowering, ideally before summer's end. Remove about 1/3 of the oldest stems and tie in new growth to prevent tangling and overcrowding. In smaller gardens, all flowered stems may be pruned out completely to maintain shape and encourage fresh growth. Completing this seasonal task before the weekend could make all the difference. Neglecting it won't just lead to a messier garden. It could mean fewer flowers and more work next year. So grab your pruning shears and get to work. And this is the part most people miss. Understanding the science behind pruning can transform your garden. What's your take on summer pruning? Do you think it's essential, or do you prefer a more laissez-faire approach? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about the best gardening practices and learn from each other's experiences. After all, a garden is a living canvas, and we're all artists in our own right.